Hey good lookins, what's cookins? Beth back again for some more Peglin. I am not going to do the detriment challenge. It's not worth it. It hurts. I'm going to attempt to essentially force myself to have high energy for this one. And I have just slammed a decent portion of a Monster Energy drink. So, let's hope that I have a bit more energy than last time. I apologize for last time, frankly. Let's just try for a good, clean run of Peglin. Well, that was a frickin' failure and a half on my part. It's fine, I have this though. Bombs. When everything in life is going wrong, just use a bomb. This is... disclaimer, this is a joke. Please understand, this is a joke. I've not gotten in trouble yet, which is surprising. Cause like, whatever. I'm not gonna continue that train of thought of just like, you know, I've said some weird frickin' potentially uncool shit, mainly around bombs. But you know, I think that just happens with video games, is like, yeah, I'm not saying that people should, like, do this shit in real life. I'm commenting on a video game. Ooh, you know what? I wish I went for Tactical Treat, but Dumbbell is good. Those ones are always hard to get anyway, the ones in the center. At least for me. But hey, look at this! Our Orbalisks are nice and strong. I meant to be clicked onto you, by the way. So just, thank you. Thank you for dying. None of you have Pierce, fuck it. Wow, that did a lot. Okay, you know what? You are annoying, so you're getting hit. I was about to make a very in poor taste joke, but I will not. This is what Monster does to a motherfucker. I need more. I haven't had this flavor in a while. In fact, I haven't had much Monster at all in a while. On account of not having Monster to drink. But a large part of me not drinking it as much anymore is because I'm no longer employed, and all of my jobs I had to drink Monster because I was doing very physical tasks. So it just like made it a lot easier on my own body to get energy like that. I miss having a job. I need money. Because, I've had some dire luck this month, I forget if it was last episode or this episode that I was talking about, like, Mercury is in retrograde. And I could tell that that happened, because I've just been incredibly unlucky with everything. Including, earlier this week, I went out to get some frickin' chips, and genuinely, very short round trip, you know, just up to a local convenience store and back. It was trash day. What trash day means is that there are going to be bins in the street, because the trash truck, when they put them down, don't particularly care where the fuck they put them down, and on a bend, there was a trash can in the middle of the street that I couldn't see because it was on a bend. So I did my best to avoid it, but I slammed into it with my mirror, and my mirror on my car is broken. Well, on my right-hand side, which is technically the one that is, like, redundant anyway. Like, you don't actually have to have that one, like, always set up. Like, in the state of New Jersey, at least, you only need 2 mirrors on your car at any point. They prefer it to be your left and your middle, but it can literally be anything. If I remember correctly, I honestly don't. I'm deleting you because you are the healer. It's the reason Frieza went for Dende. I love that Dende was just a random Namekian that just became part of the crew. I mean, technically Nail did too. Now that I think about it, Nail definitely, like... Nail just, like, gave his body to another Namekian in a legal, like, an illegal spell, essentially, of like, hey, we're gonna probably die, so... yeah. I will say, as someone who frequently, like, makes fun of the Tournament of Power, the Universe 6 Namekians, like, being, like, the strongest on that team because they literally combined their entire species into 2 warriors in order to save the universe. That's frickin' awesome. It's a shame that Universe 6 wasn't the main enemy of that arc, because, you know, the worst universe was the villain of that arc. I've wanted to talk about this forever in, like, a full video. Jiren and Toppo are the 2 worst additions to Dragon Ball that have ever been made. The fucking worst. Their additions are so bad that they are fucking subtractions. They are not characters. They're just fucking walls. They're obstacles that are just in the way. They don't have any character of their own. They're just, oh, I am big and strong and a fucking brick wall. That's not a fucking... It's not a character. It's not a character. Jiren's story is just Vegeta's but lamer. Just straight up. Oh no, you lost your family. Have you lost your entire fucking planet yet? Like, legit. When the catalyst for the 2 strongest warriors in a universe is already planetary destruction of their fucking, like, of their home planets, their planetary fucking destruction, why do you think that just, oh, my parents are dead, is such a strong thing for a villain's backstory to be? It's to a point where it's fucking, like, parody level. Like, you can't be serious with that. And Toppo just has nothing. They just made him a god of destruction, that way he'd be moderately interesting. It's like, oh, cool, you're a god of destruction. And Vegeta literally punched through your destruction, immediately proving that you're still weak as shit. In comparison. Like, bro. It doesn't help that it would be they are a total non-issue if it weren't for the fact that they needed to live. The fact is, Krillin and Tien would have been able to fucking solo those motherfuckers in one hit. Like, literally just Solar Flare and then frickin' Kienzan. Solar Flare Destructo Disc. Like, you... Piccolo, frickin' Solar Flare, and then Special Beam Cannon. Gohan, Solar Flare, and then Special Beam Cannon. Dragon Fist! Final Shine Attack, fucking Ultra Big Bang Kamehameha. If they brought out Gogeta, it would have been a non-issue from the beginning. I don't know why they didn't, frankly. It's honestly surprising that they did not. I guess it's only because Broly. And frankly, it did make Broly better to have Gogeta in it. I like when fusions are special. But at the same time, you know, Gogeta's been the top of the food chain forever, so... Like, literally, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is still, like, the strongest canonical character. It's literally just, like, they are the final boss of characters solely because they look cool as fuck. And I respect the hell out of them for doing that. God, Jiren sucks so much. They are so bad. There is no reason for them to even exist when you have much more interesting character dynamics in Hit, Kefla, frickin', Kaba, the Universe 6 Namekians, like, you had better options for a big final boss. And hell, Goku's fucking literal Tony Hawk grind Kamehameha is so much cooler than any of the fight with Jiren. Even if it's animated better. It's not like the animation wasn't immediately frickin' covered up with goddamn Adobe After Effects that make it, like, so terrible to watch anyway. Like, you have, like, think about Kefla for a second. The fusion of Alt-Universe Goku and Alt-Universe Broly, who are literally just frickin', like, they are the fused amalgamation of just lesbian love. You could have had something interesting there, especially since, you know, you have it in that arc that's like, oh yes, Saiyans, what we do best is we surpass our limits. We keep growing and keep attaining more and just striving to being stronger. You could have, like, done something special with them. Like, the most special thing that you did was make them a fusion and give them legendary status. But not even to the level of, like, Kale was never at, like, the level of Z Broly, and especially not Super Broly. Like, there was never a moment where Kale just fucking whipped out some major frickin', like, destruction. And I don't know. It would have been cool to see them in other, like, forms. Even though I do like having all of those stuff. It's like, hey, you know, have it essentially be like you have Vegeta essentially training Kaba as like as he fights him in the previous part. Speaking of, we haven't seen any of the Universe 6 characters in the manga, which is why? Crap. Like, you could have had essentially Goku pretty much like toying with them as a way to teach them, and just having them like grow astronomically fast, because like that is an aspect of Legendary that isn't brought up very often. It's that Legendary essentially synthesizes the Saiyan's ability for growth. It's like, yeah, Saiyans get stronger as they fight. Legendary does that to an infinite degree. Like, they could have done so much. They could have made it, it's like, just Goku, like, being in God Ki around them long enough was able to, like, actually boost them up to that level, too. Like, that would have been cool, and, you know, does actually make logical sense. It's like, oh yeah, that totally checks out, especially since it would also give Vegeta a reason to have Super Saiyan God as well. Which still has not been explained. Plus, it would have been really cool to have them have the red and green hair to match their beams. Even if they would have looked like a Christmas tree, but it would have been so cool. I don't know, I just love Kefla. That's probably just because I myself am a disaster lesbian. But like, God. It's also a shame that they made it so they don't have tails, so they literally can't have Super Saiyan 4. I hope they retcon that just entirely. I hope they do an outright retcon of that. It's like, make it so that, oh hey, maybe they can get tails by like attaining God status. Like, yeah. Bring back Saiyan tails. Saiyan tails are like the most defining part of them. Otherwise, they're basically just human. God, and I wish, like, because so many few people already, like, even know that Caulifla is supposed to be an alternate Goku. I wish they actually, like, leaned more into that, because you kind of just have to glean it from the personality. Why is the alternate universe Vegeta male, while the alternate universe, Goku and Broly are both female? This is a terrific question. I don't have an answer for that one, but I think the implications are funny enough on their own that I think I don't need to say it. You could have done so much with that. You still could have finished it with that frickin'... Like, if that was the fucking end finisher for that entire arc, that frickin' Tony Hawk fucking Kamehameha, it would have been so good. And yes, I'm saying Kamehameha and not Kamehameha because it's just easier to say in one flowing sentence, and both of them are still fucking correct. Die mad about it. I also prefer the name Destructo Disc to Kienzan. I just also forget that it's called the Destructo Disc kind of frequently. Oh joy, it's the stage. stop healing. Die. Perish. I should probably heal. God, you know what I want to see in, like, Heroes? I want to see what the Metamoran fusion of Caulifla and Kale is. That would be really nice. As much as I don't like the retcon to Patara fusions that happened in Super, I do admire the fact they at least, like, committed to it. Like, they committed to it being like, oh yeah, it's only for Kais. That, like, you know, that the reason that Kais are fused eternally is different than, like, everyone else. Like, that, you know what, that makes sense, but it does kind of, like, mess things up and make it a bit more because that essentially makes it just a quicker Metamoran fusion. But I mean, it does sort of make the most out-of-universe sense, because, like, Gogeta has always been shown to be stronger than Vegito, except for in the case of, like, you know, which I'm about to bring up, which is that in one of the games, there's an alt-universe story mission where you have a Vegito versus a Gogeta, and Vegito's like, well, I'm stronger because I'm permanently fused like this. Like, this is my permanent new body. I think, you know, it just kind of, having two fusion techniques do the same thing it kind of sucks, but, you know. Whatever. That's enough Dragon Ball talk for today. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!